Look at it. Looks so good. Cheers. This stuff is Korean crack. Let's shove this in the oven. Woo! Hi guys, it's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another recipe video. Today we're doing another Korean recipe with a twist, okay? If you don't know, I'm Korean, so I love Korean food, and bibimbap is one of my absolute favorite foods. So bibimbap is a very popular Korean dish. The literal translation is mixed rice, okay? Bibim means mixed and pap means rice. Bibimbap. Mixed rice. There you go. There's another Korean lesson you never asked for. So basically it consists of rice, a bunch of different veggies, usually some sort of protein, and then you mix everything with gochujang, which is Korean red pepper paste, and also a little bit of sesame oil. Oh, you guys, it is so good, and you absolutely have to try it. And today we're making a sheet pan bibimbap. So basically we're making all the veggies on a baking sheet, putting it in the oven, and then at the end we'll have all the veggies ready and we can mix it all together. It's gonna be so delicious. So it's gonna be an easier way to make bibimbap, because usually bibimbap you have to kind of make everything, you know, separately, and it takes a little bit of time. I do already have a few lazy versions of bibimbap. I will link those down below as well, but today we're making a sheet pan one. So I think this is gonna be great for meal prepping. It's gonna be great for a family dinner, and it's just gonna be great. Okay, so let's get started and make some sheet pan bibimbap. Whee! Alright guys, so first we're actually gonna get started with cooking up our protein, and since I am vegan, we are using a plant-based protein, and my favorite plant-based protein, which is tofu. Guys, tofu is the bomb. So we're actually gonna be cooking up the tofu in the oven as well, because we're using the oven anyway, so yeah, we're gonna use it. But obviously you can use your air fryer, you can also pan fry your tofu, but for the sake of this video, since we're doing a sheet pan recipe, we gonna make the tofu in the sheet pan or the baking tray thingy mabobber. So we're getting started with the tofu first, because I do believe it's going to take a bit longer to cook. So we're gonna take a block of extra firm tofu, although she isn't as firm as I would like, but we're gonna roll with it, it's okay. We're gonna cut her, ooh, guys, I was cutting a carrot, so my tofu's turning red, don't freak out. So we're gonna cut her into some bite-sized cubes. This is gonna be a great protein to add into your bibimbap. I always love adding tofu into my bibimbap because normally you add an egg into bibimbap. That's like the, you know, regular schmegular bibimbap, the non-vegan version of, but tofu I think is quite similar, okay? And you know, it does a pretty good job at replicating the egg. It's high in protein, it's affordable, it's the best, okay? So we're using tofu. So I've just cubed the tofu, okay? Lovely, beautiful. It doesn't have to be perfect, because once you put it in the bowl and make it and mix it together, it's gonna break up anyway, but I digress. So we're gonna put this into a baking sheet. Ooh, again, you can just air fry this if you want. So in that case, just put it in a bowl and do the rest, okay? We're gonna put it there. So now we're just gonna add a very minimal amount of flavoring. You could also marinate your tofu pieces with some soy sauce and other stuff. Let it sit for a while before baking it. But homegirl does not care. I love tofu. I could just eat it like this, okay? And once, again, you have everything together and you mix everything together, the flavor from the tofu, like, it's not gonna matter too much. So I'm just gonna add here some onion powder and garlic powder and a little bit of salt. I'm just gonna give her a little toss. Don't worry if it breaks a bit, it's not a problem. And now we're gonna add some oil. You don't need a lot, just a bit, but a little goes a long way. Add some oil. And then last but not least, if you want your tofu to be kind of nice and crispy on the outside, cornstarch. Cornstarch, that is your hack, my friends. We're gonna just add a bit, toss it. Maybe toss it like this, okay? And then we are just going to try to spread them out so that they're not touching too much. Give each one of them a little bit of personal space. We believe in personal space over here. They can be touching a little bit, but just like not too much, okay? So just try to spread her apart. All right, I have the oven preheating at 425 degrees. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till it's preheated. I'm gonna stick this in and we're going to bake it until it's nice and crispy on the outside, just nice and golden and delicious looking. I'm gonna guess it's gonna take about 25 minutes, if not a little bit longer. And if you're air frying it, it probably will take like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, okay? So set that aside and now we can work on the veggies. Guys, I made a horrible mistake. I was not filming, but it's okay. Okay, we haven't reached the point of no return. So I've already started on the veggies. I've set aside the tofu. That's ready to go in the oven once the oven is preheated. I have here some veggies that I've prepared. I have some kale here. Now normally for bibimbap, a very popular vegetable that is often used is spinach. But in an oven, would that work? Would spinach work in an oven? I don't think so. So we are instead using kale, spinach's mortal enemy. So I've already just kind of cut off the stems and just roughly chopped the kale. And then I am in the middle now of chopping up some carrots kind of into these kind of matchstick sort of shapes. And then I realized I was not filming, so fantastic. But we have saved ourselves, hopefully. So I'm just kind of cutting it diagonally like this into somewhat thin pieces. And then I'm just gonna cut it up into matchsticks. Obviously you can cut it up however way you want. I do think it'll cook better this way. So we're gonna just shove that in there. Next, I'm gonna cut up some zucchini. Very common to use zucchini in bibimbap. Koreans have a special kind of Korean style zucchini. If you wanna grab that at the Korean store, you can do that. The color outside is a little bit like lighter and it's a bit bigger, but I'm just gonna use whatever zucchini. You can use whatever zucchini, guys, it's the same, it doesn't really matter. So I think what I'm gonna do is just cut it up into a half, and then we're gonna cut, you know what, we're gonna do this. We're gonna cut that, then we're gonna cut each of these into halves, creating this sort of shape here. Again, cut them however way you want. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna chop these into these shapes. Maybe a little bit thinner than that, actually. And then we can add that onto the sheet pan. Right, the kale's taking up so much space, yet I just know she's gonna wilt into nothing. Come on, let's make some more room there. Again, all these are optional. Feel free to swap these for other veggies. But last but not least, we have some mushrooms. Now, you can use whatever kind of mushrooms you want. I'm just using regular schmegular cremini mushrooms here, okay? I'm just gonna roughly chop these. Okay, they don't have to be perfect, like so. I love mushrooms, so there you go. I could also use maybe some king oyster mushrooms. You could do shiitake mushrooms. You could do oyster mushrooms. Oh my god, oyster mushrooms would be so good. But oyster mushrooms over here, very expensive. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we are. Look at those veggies. Looks gorgeous. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a bit of salt onto these bad boys here. Just a little sprinkle, nothing too crazy. We're just layering up the flavors, you know. There we go. And then I've got some oil. I'm just using vegetable oil, and I'm just gonna kind of spread it across the whole thing, and then I'm just gonna try to, you know, mix it in a little bit. So we're just going to just yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo, ooh, beautiful. Okay, so now just kind of, you know, just play around with it a bit, you know, just gently, yeah, gently. Oh god, I'm weird. Why am I acting like this? Anyway, so gently just mix her in. Mix her in. Yeah, there we go. So now I think she's ready for the oven. All right guys, so the oven is finally preheated. It takes forever. My oven is so slow. Anyways, it's preheated now, so I'm actually going to cook the tofu and veggies together, and the veggies will probably finish before the tofu. I'll just keep an eye on it, and it's preheated pretty high. It's at 425 degrees, and I want it to be kind of like nice and crispy and just cook up the veggies faster. So yeah, we'll see. Let's shove this in the oven. Woo! Yay! I'm just gonna set the timer to 10 minutes for now, because I might want to toss the veggies in between. Okay? Okay. Okay. Good. So while the veggies are in the oven, you can actually go ahead and make your rice, because if you don't remember, this dish is mixed rice. So you do need rice. We're not gonna make rice in the oven. Unfortunately, we can't do that. So I am going to cook up the rice in my handy dandy rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker yet, you can just follow whatever instructions on how to cook rice. I highly recommend getting a rice cooker if you don't have one, okay? It is one of the best things ever if you like rice. So I'm gonna just cook up some regular schmegular rice. I recommend using Korean rice, which is short grain or medium grain rice. It's a bit stickier and more kind of starchy than other types of rice. It's really good and it goes really well in bibimbap. First, I'm gonna rinse it first and cook it in the rice cooker. And then by the time the veggies are done, the rice should also be done, so perfecto. All right, you guys, so in total, I had these in the oven for 25 minutes. I tossed it halfway. With the tofu, one thing I forgot to do was line the baking sheet with like a non-stick parchment paper or anything like that. So it did stick a little bit. So if you do end up doing that and making that mistake, which I often do, basically what I would do is take it out of the oven once it's done and then just let it cool. And I wasn't really able to toss it in between, but that's okay. So yeah, anyway, don't forget to line your baking sheet. And another thing that I did was I actually took the kale out after about 10 minutes because I noticed that it was already starting to kind of burn, and I realized kale cooks a lot faster. I should have known this. So I did take it out. So I think next time what I'll do if I'm making this is I'm just gonna use like broccoli or something, because it'll just be easier. Like I don't have to worry about taking out one thing, because the whole point of this recipe is to make it easy and something that you don't have to think much about. You can just throw it in the oven, and I think the best thing to do is not use something that will require you to like take it out halfway. Not that it's that difficult. So yeah, if you want to use kale, you can just take it out after about 10 minutes or so, or you can use like, I think there's like a different type of kale that's like a bit thicker and it'll probably, you know, take longer to cook. You can probably also use like Swiss chard, but next time I think I'm gonna use broccoli and then just cut it a little bit more finer than I normally would, and then just cook it the same with the other veggies. Anyways, everything is done, everything is cooked, the rice is cooked. Now we can assemble it together. But yeah, this is what we're looking at here. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys, so now we can finally assemble our bibimbap. So I have here the cooked rice. Okay, look how beautiful she looks. And then we are just going to add all of the things. Yay! So let's start with mushrooms. Ooh. And then we got the zucchini, and you can add lots of veggies. The more the better. I always add tons of veggies into this. Great way to get in a lot of veggies. Got the carrots, which look fabulous. And then the kale. And again, next time I will probably use broccoli. But I think the kale would still be really good because it has like nice and crispy little edges here. And add in that tofu in the middle there. Ooh! That looks good. Look how crispy the tofu looks. So that's the veggie and rice. And then you have to add, of course, the star of the show, which is gochujang, which is Korean red pepper paste, okay? You can find this in any Korean supermarket, okay? They don't come in jars like this, usually. They come in like big red like containers. And this stuff is Korean crack. Okay, this is spicy, so add at your discretion. I like to add a pretty generous amount, okay? There you go. And then another must is roasted sesame oil. This is Korean crack number 2. This stuff, guys, oh, it is so good. It is so umami. It is so savory. Now, you don't need a lot, okay? You can just throw in just a small amount, okay? I mean, you can obviously add as much as you want, but a little goes a long way with these. And there you go. Now we can mix it up. Yay. Just take your pictures now, because it's not gonna look like this after 2 minutes, okay? We're gonna mix this up and we're gonna give this a taste. So I would go in with a spoon and just vigorously mix, my friends, okay? Show this bowl no mercy. And yes, it is okay if you break up the tofu. So this is what it should look like post mixing. Just nice and beautiful, slightly red, just all mixed in so well together. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited. Let's give this a taste. Woohoo! No joke, guys, this is definitely one of my favorite Korean recipes. My mom makes bibimbap all the time. She may think this is blasphemy, okay? Because this is not how you make traditional bibimbap. But, you know, I believe in fusion, okay? I believe in using different methods, okay? Whatever method works for you. Ooh, look at that. Looks so good. Cheers. Let's give it a try. Got a little bit of tofu in there. Gotta get some kale in there. Let's give it a try. Honestly, what's not to love? It's so good. Oh, I love it so much. The veggies taste super savory, just, like there is something. Oh, I love this. Seriously, it's so good. I can't stop. You guys gotta try this. Okay? I need to stop. It's not even dinner time. I need to calm down. Alright, you guys, so that is it for my sheet pan bibimbap recipe. Yay! Guys, I'm telling you, it is so delicious. I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. Super simple, and you can make this for the whole family. What a fun time, okay? Feel free to switch up the vegetables, whatever you want, obviously. I mean, making sure it's oven friendly, you know, don't like stick a head of lettuce in there or something, you know what I'm saying? So, still use veggies that make sense. Maybe some red cabbage, some different types of mushrooms, whatever you want. So feel free to switch up the veggies, and if you guys want the written recipe with the measurements and ingredients and everything, it'll be linked below on my blog. If you guys enjoyed this recipe, make sure you give my blog post a 5-star review. Those help me so much. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more easy, delicious vegan recipes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!